Hello all, Rambling Canuck, back for another video. Today's video is going to be on Star Trek Discovery, Episode 3. Now today I'm not going to go scene by scene and break down the episode, because many other channels do that, and that's just not my thing. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to touch on certain parts of the episode and go from there. So without further ado, let's get started. So episode 3 starts out with a monologue from Burnham explaining more about the burn. And of course, they went as far as to say that every starship with an active warp core exploded. Not just became inert and couldn't move. No, they blew the hell up. So there's that. We found that out. And really quick into the episode, Burnham beams aboard Discovery, and we have our everyone hug Burnham moment, which was a little out of place to me, because for the Discovery crew, it wasn't that long ago since they seen Burnham. For Burnham, it's been a year, but for the Discovery crew, it's not been that long. But yet they were acting like they hadn't seen her in forever, which was kind of off-putting, because I can see Burnham having that reaction, but the crew of Discovery, it wasn't that long ago since they seen her, but yet it was like two old friends finally meeting. Discovery just got there. To Discovery, it was a snap of a finger. I don't get that. So that part was a little annoying. Then we get, of course, they deal with the whole captain of Discovery really quickly in this episode. And to me, I was almost expecting Saru to, go down on one knee, Burnham to pull out a sword and knight him. The way that they were talking, the dialogue was to be desired, to state fact. I don't know. This episode had a lot of stuff that just annoyed me. And then Burnham, of course, they get aboard Discovery, and Book's ship is brought into the shuttle bay, and not only that, but all the dilithium of Discovery is put onto Book's ship, because he can cloak and hide the signature of the lithium, so they won't be a target. Great. So then they decide that they're going to go to Earth, and they use the spore drive, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't using the spore drive bad? But now it's no problem. The other thing I'm going to point out now, and I'm kind of jumping ahead, but the other thing that kind of felt off to me was and I even forget her name now, but the Robo chick last episode is glitch, having moments where she spaces out, she's having issues all the way through the episode. This episode, nope, not a problem. No issues whatsoever. So we can't even keep a storyline going between two episodes. Great. But anyway, back to the episode. So they spore drive in just beyond Earth scanning capability, which, let's be honest, this is 900 years in the future. How the hell do they know where Earth scanning ends? Just question. So they get to Earth. All of a sudden, a shield goes up around Earth. We find out that Earth has a defense force, not Federation. The defense force boards Discovery. Oy. And then we meet the young 16-year-old Wesley Crusher. Yeah, let's just face it, Wesley Crusher wannabe. So she manages to plant a device that makes it so they can't beam off when the bad guys of the episode appear. And, this just hurts my head. Oh, this hurts my head. This episode, I don't understand. I just don't get it. So, let's just break this down as quickly as I can so I can get this over with. But, because I don't want to sit here for 20 minutes ranting and raving because that's boring. But, let's face it. We now have a Trill in a human, which, by my understanding, that shouldn't be. I mean, yes, we've seen Riker have a symbiote in him, but it was to his detriment. He couldn't be a permanent host. So, how is a human a perfect host for a symbiote? I don't understand. I don't get it. But we have a 16-year-old that ends up being the admiral that they went to Earth looking for because they had received a message that was sent 12 years ago. And yeah, so it's a 16-year-old because she's Trill. And I guess the admiral was as well. Wonderbar. The Federation has left Earth. And nobody knows where they went to because they didn't bother to tell them. They just went, we're piecing out because, this could have been an attack, which I think is laying the groundwork for the big bad of this season. I really have a suspicion that the burn is going to be an attack on the Federation. Just not sure who's going to be the big bad, but I think it's going to be that this was done on purpose. This wasn't something that just happened. This was done on purpose. And so the Federation pieces out of Earth and goes to a undisclosed location. Wonderful. Now, the big bad in this episode ends up being a Earth colony, and basically, they ended up having some issues. They go back to Earth, and they get attacked right away. So this starts a war. But they're not at war, because if Suru fires on them, he's going to start a war. But yet, they're under orders to fire on these ships if they see them. So they're at war, but they're not at war. Ow, my head. Oh, my head, this is painful. Okay, so, now that we've got that figured out, this hurts. So, at the end of the episode, Book is allowed to leave the ship. He has a fresh start in a new galaxy. Yay, new part of the galaxy, fresh start, all that good stuff. Wonderful. And he's just let to leave. It's all good. No problem. We'll see you when we see you. Burnham becomes Suru's number one. And we have the tree hugging moment. That was interesting. How that tree survived 900 years. Interesting. I mean, just this whole episode just makes no damn sense. None of it. Suru is able to border a peace treaty between two warring factions that have been warring forever within 30 seconds. No problem. Once it's revealed that they're human, okay, yeah, let's make a deal. It's well, that was easy. Like there was no strife. There was no nothing. Like all is forgiven. Let's be friends. Yay. All hail the mighty Michael Burnham. Yay. Michael Burnham in this episode goes against Suru's back and comes up with a plan and just does it. No consequence. Because I guess it worked. So if it works, don't argue with it, right? Have they learned nothing in 2 seasons? Seriously? This is just absolute garbage. The writing makes no sense. They can't keep one simple storyline between 2 episodes. I'm sure that they'll bring it back once they conveniently need Robochick to go psychotic. Who, let's just face it, is Control. She's going to get taken over by Control. Let's face it. I'm at a loss. And again, I'm sorry I'm jumping around here, but I couldn't break this down scene by scene. I'd need too much alcohol. I'd die of alcohol poisoning trying to review this scene by scene, minute by minute. It's bad enough I have to watch it once. I just... None of it makes a damn bit of sense. Not only that, but Discovery takes a hit from 2 quantum torpedoes. And all it does is knock out the shields. Then we see an explosion on the bridge. But you know what we don't see? That we see in most other treks when there's an explosion on the bridge? The injured crewman. None. We see the bridge panel blow up. Yay, Star Trek. But there's no scene where the injured crewmen are taken away. There's no... Nothing. It's just we see the explosion. Yay, explosion. And then move right to the next scene. No problem. They don't show the scenes of them having to fix said panels. Nothing. Just, oh, everything's right again. It's all good. No problem. Like, seriously, they couldn't even show somebody being taken away into the turbo lift. We don't even see sickbay in this at all. Even though there was an explosion on the bridge. But nobody goes to sickbay, and no order is given to take anybody to sickbay, like any other Trek would be. What the hell's the point? And of course, Michael Burnham's brilliant idea pans out. They're able to get everything solved, not a problem, barely an inconvenience. I don't get it. What is the damn point? Number one, I always compare Discovery in this episode to being like a frigate. I won't even give it the credit of being a first line ship back in the sailing era, going up against an Iowa, and it's no problem. We're good. It's just stupid. Makes no damn sense. None of it. Not a damn bit of it. The only good shot was when they finally get down to San Francisco and the bridge is still there. And, at least they didn't go as far as to make Earth a war zone. That was nice. But that's about all I can say. The rest of it was stupid. The Federation's no longer on Earth. Nobody knows where they went to. Undisclosed location. Great. Wonderful. They can't communicate with Titan. Communications are completely shot. Can't communicate. Which is stupid because we can do that now. But, details. And it's going right back to all hail Michael Burnham. It's just maddening. So now Discovery is in the hunt for what's left of the Federation. Great. Wonderbar. And they're using the Spore Drive. I thought using the Spore Drive was bad. Now it's barely an inconvenience. No problem. Problem solved. We'll just use the Spore Drive now. Plot says so. So much for keeping with your own canon. Oh well. Nobody remembers last season. Forget it. No big deal. This is such garbage. Absolute garbage. I don't know. Am I missing something? Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm being too harsh on this. I don't know. But to me, this isn't Trek. It just isn't. And none of it makes any damn sense. I mean, they can't communicate? That doesn't make any sense. We can send signals further than Titan now. But they can't do it in the future because there's no dilithium. What the hell? I don't get it. None of it makes any sense. It's not even explained why they have to wear the suits that they did. The bad guys in this episode, which later on turn out to be just another Earth colony on Titan. It's not explained why they had to wear those suits. Not at all. I guess that would have taken too much. I just don't get it. It makes no sense. Well, I think I'll end it there. This has been my thoughts on Star Trek Discovery, Episode 3. Dear God, I hope it gets better. It won't. But dear God, I hope it does. Till next time, take her easy, folks.